I convene the July 22nd, 2025 Strategic Planning Committee to order at 7 p.m. Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swistak.
Here.
Vanessa Berry, absent. Debbie Bryan.
Here.
Josh Martin, absent. Karen Larson.
Here.
Laura Bailey.
Here.
Liz Sullivan.
Here.
Tatiana Weinstein.
Here.
Will Savage.
Here.
John Ferrari, absent. Elizabeth Hopkins, absent. Paul Hurt.
Here.
Laura Murphy.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Agenda item number 2 is opportunity for visitors to speak. Public comment is for the general public to address the board. Each person will have up to 5 minutes to provide public comment. Seeing none, we will move on to item number 3, which is to approve minutes of the June 23rd, 2025 Strategic Planning Committee meeting. May I have a motion and a second?
I'll move to approve the minutes of the June 23rd, 2025 Strategic Planning Committee meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swistak.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Bailey.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Tatiana Weinstein.
Aye.
Will Savage.
Aye.
John Ferrari.
Aye.
Paul Hurt.
Aye.
Laura Murphy.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. Item number 4 is the draft strategic plan discussion. Tatiana, will you please walk us through the draft?
Yes. So though Vice President Berry is not here, I do want to read her email. Is that okay?
Yep, that's great.
Would you prefer?
Nope, that's perfect. Thank you.
So she emailed us her comments, which are very brief. She said, "Thank you, this looks great. I don't have any notes on the content. It's easy to understand, and I didn't notice any typos. I love the design. It feels more fun, and I think it fits well with the updated website and branding. I'm sad I'll be missing the last meeting. It's been very nice collaborating and getting to work with all of the department heads. Thank you." So that is her comments. So the first thing you'll notice if you go to the draft is the front page with a kind of clean image and a title, and then a 3-year window. So some plans go for 2 years, some plans go for 3. Our current plan is 3, but the one before that was 5. So it could be anything we want, but I think for the objectives that we have listed here, 3 years is a nice amount, but it's up to the committee if they want to shorten it or lengthen it or keep it as is. So that's number 1. Any comments on the year span?
I'm comfortable keeping it as is. I don't know how everyone else feels. Are we comfortable keeping it as is? Looks like. Okay.
That's good.
All right, good.
All right, moving on. The next page, we have the president's letter, a summary, and a list of committee members. So I'm assuming everybody's read this, so if there are any suggestions, please bring those up now. And you also, in front of you, have an adjusted president's letter. When President Swistak sent me her draft, I condensed it into 2 paragraphs, but it does look nicer when it's broken up into 3. So that's just what you have in front of you there. No words have changed. So any comments on this page?
I had a comment, and I wonder if it might make more sense to put former trustee Bartelli's name on this letter. I don't know what the tradition is. I'm coming in at the very tail end of this and haven't really been a part of it, but I know that she was an integral part of it. Again, not knowing what the tradition is, but feel slightly uncomfortable to put my own name on this and not have someone else's who was very involved in that.
Well, traditionally, we've always put the current board on there, but I think that's very thoughtful. So what we could do is add former board president, former board president Bartelli, like at the bottom, kind of in parentheses. We can do that if everybody's in agreement.
Yeah.
We can do that. And then any comments on the summary and/or president's letter? Okay. All right. It's going to be a quick meeting. Moving on to the next page. This discusses our process and service area. It lists the plan's launch date, the community survey information, as well as gives a brief description of the district with a very tiny map. So any comments or suggestions here? Typos. We supposedly don't have any typos. So happy.
Anyone else?
Does everybody like what it said?
Mhm.
Okay. Next page.
I like how, well, I'm just kidding, this
Go
is just a
ahead.
little
Go
thing.
for it.
I just like how crisp the library card image is. Like, I just feel like it's just very crisp and legible. And I like that.
Nice. Thank you, Nigel, wherever you are.
Okay, that's it, that's all I have to say.
Okay. All right, so next page begins our focus area of work. So if you go to the draft, I didn't present a kind of like strikeout version because there weren't a lot. But under awareness, under the second bullet point, we changed the word survey for investigate. The last bullet point, we took out the did you know and just used the term campaign. We added the word resources. So I just used the edits that were in our last meeting and put them in here. But when you read this clean, does this look like everything we want to do under the category of awareness?
I don't feel like it was missing anything that we had talked about.
Okay. And then under resources, in the first bullet point, we just shortened this sentence down. It used to say conduct like regular surveys, we just said identify. Under materials, and then if you flip the page, we condensed the programs into 2 bullet points because we had like the second and third bullet point combined. It said at the second bullet point, it said and remain adaptable to community needs. So that was the only change there. And then under services, under the second bullet point, instead of using the word hone, we used the word optimize, which I think makes the most sense. We added the word to fulfill. And then instead of using new services under the last bullet point, we used proposed services. So any questions about those? Okay. And then under property, under the objective, we inserted the word outdoor when we talk about outdoor space to make sure that people knew that's what we were talking about. And then at the end of that sentence, also patron use instead of patron recreation. And then under the approach, we inserted, instead of trying to achieve objectives under the first bullet point, we said design and develop the property. And we removed a bullet point that talked about installing like seating and shade because that was part of the amenities that we talked about in the first, in the objective. So that was really the only change here. Any comments or questions? Okay. That is my review. Do we like the look? Do we want to change anything outside of the addition of former President Bartelli's name?
So then it'll go to the board meeting in August, which means on the first of the executive summary, it'll need to say, because that's when we're going to.
We'll change the date,
So it'll
yes.
change to August.
And then I think this is our 7th meeting, so I think
Yeah,
there's
so
a.
the number will
yeah.
change.
Yeah, the number will change.
But you'll look back at that when you're done.
I'll double check.
Thank you. I don't have anything. I think this is, it's great. I think I like the layout. I think the color choices and everything it's very easy to read. It's pleasing on the eyes. And I really appreciate all the work we did at the last meeting where we really narrowed our focus to make it broader. I just said narrow, but narrowed it to make it broader so that we weren't getting stuck in the specifics in the plan, and then the specifics will be what we do later, but just to make it a broader thing. And I think that this encapsulates all of that. So I don't know how everyone else feels. How are we feeling, everyone?
No, I like it a lot. I feel like we've hit some, what our goals were, and I do. I love the layout. I love the colors. And what did you do this on? What Word? Really? It looks really nice. Yeah, just little additions there.
I like that it's a 3-year plan with very, I hate using words over and over again, but like focused areas of things that are important to us now. And I think going broader than 3 years is just because libraries change so quickly and like maybe our focus is on different things. So, I think the ones we have really make a lot of sense for us now.
Yeah, but there's room for growing those if we
Yeah,
carry them over to the next strategic plan too. So yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Did anyone else want to say anything? Karen, anything you want to say?
Do John, Paul, or Laura have anything that they'd like to input?
I think it looks great. I think it encapsulates what we are going for here at Lisle, and yeah.
It was great to be a part of this committee. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think it synthesizes what we've discussed and is a targeted approach with like a reasonable timeline, so.
It's not too long, it's not
Yeah.
too detailed, it's not too cumbersome. It's kind of like to the point.
Liz, do you have any comments?
No, but your paper is a whiter white than mine, I can tell you that.
All right, so then, if there's nothing else, are we as a committee comfortable moving this draft to the August board meeting for adoption?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, well then, the last item on the agenda is to adjourn. I have a motion and a second.
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 7:11 PM.